into the WWE. I never went there with ill intentions. I never went there to create confusion or be what a lot of people try to make me out to be in the city of Orlando. And
Okay.
I really want the courts to understand that, because years ago I was shot by the police.
Good morning, your name?
Armando Alejandro Montalvo.
Mr. Montalvo, this is 20 MM 4598. This is your arraignment for the offense of trespass on property other than a structure or a conveyance. Ms. Bush, was there an offer for Mr. Montalvo?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer that was conveyed is an adjudication of guilt, 45 days, Orange County Jail, 45 days credit time served. No contact with victims or witnesses, no return to the scene, the WWE Performance Center at 5055 Forsyth Commerce Drive in Orlando. Abide by all trespass warnings and court costs.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Mr.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Your Honor, I do have court legal documents that I did mail a contract to WWE's lawyers and their property. I did read over their court documents. It says the court should impose a suspended fine and a suspended period of incarceration and extend the injunction to prohibit the defendant with coming in within at least 250 feet of WWE's property or any of its events. Your Honor, I will never return to any of their property or any events of what they do. I'm asking the courts to please take into consideration the time that I have done on this case, to please take it into consideration to try to resolve this case today. If it's,
Yes, Mr. Montalvo, listen, I don't know if you could hear their state or not, but I think she took all of those things into consideration in making your offer. The offer was an adjudication of guilt, 45 days in jail with credit for 45 days time served. So you will be released today as to this case.
Oh.
And you are not to return to the property, and you're not to have any contact with the witnesses or any victims in the case, sir. Do you understand?
okay, so this case will be resolved today.
That's correct.
Okay. Can I say one last thing to the court real quick?
Sure.
And to the state attorney's office as well, and to the WWE. I never went there with ill intentions. I never went there to create confusion or be what a lot of people try to make me out to be in the city of Orlando. And
Okay.
I really want the courts to understand that, because years ago I was shot by the police.
Okay.
All I wanted to do was try to turn my story around in a positive way. And if you read the affidavit, I was dancing, performing, and nobody was hurt or harmed. And I am
Okay,
not.
sir.
I'm not what people try to make me out to be. And I want to
Okay.
make that clear to the courts, the WWE, and the state attorneys as well.
Thank you, Mr. Montalvo. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Did you want to proceed with the plea?
So this will resolve this case today, right?
It will, yes.
How many days do I have in jail right now?
45, and you're going to get credit for 45.
I have 45 days in jail right now?
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay, so I'll have time served. I've just got ADHD. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, stick
Sorry.
with me, okay?
Yes.
So you understand it's 45 days with 45 days credit time served. You cannot return to the WWE Performance Center.
Yeah, we're done with that chapter in my life.
Okay, great. Okay, Mr. Montalvo, did you read the plea form before court this morning?
Yes, I got a copy in my
Good. Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you are giving up on the plea form?
no, ma'am. I'm sorry for all the inconvenience.
You're not inconveniencing me.
I'm sorry to the WWE and the city of Orlando. And
Yes, sir.
And-
Mr. Montalvo, I appreciate that, and you've expressed that. I just need to ask you a few more questions, okay?
yes, ma'am. I've read through
All
the
right.
plea form.
All right. You don't have any questions about any of the rights you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
All right. Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you are not a U.S. citizen that this plea will subject you to deportation?
Well, if they could send me over the border, I'd much
You
rather
understand?
Yes, ma'am. I'm an American
have you t-
citizen.
Okay. Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
Absolutely not. No
All right,
drugs,
Mr.
no
Montalvo.
alcohol.
Got it. Sir, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 45 days in jail. You have credit for 45 days time served. You will not be able to return to the WWE Performance Center. You're not to have any contact with the victims or any witnesses in the case. And you are going to have to pay court costs. Those are going to be due by August 5th of 2021. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir. Thank you.
And Your Honor, he needs to make sure he abides by the trespass warning. That
Yes, I think that's clear, Mr. Montalvo. You have to abide by the trespass warning. You cannot return to the property, right?
Absolutely. Can I make something clear to the state attorney's office? In my case where my bond was revoked, I was ensuring the safety of the citizens that were exiting
Okay.
out of the Walmart.
All right, so Mr. Montalvo, I don't know anything about that case.
I
and I don't want you to
understand.
say anything that could hurt any other cases, so I think we should just end the conversation here, okay?
Can I just say one last thing? Listen,
No,
Mr.
Montalvo.
I'm not
Thank
a
you.
bad guy.
I don't think you are. I'm not making any judgments about your character, sir.